Hi, everyone. Hey, it is good to see you. I told you that I would see you today. Listen, this is day 18 of the stay-at-home order. It's a 30-day stay-at-home order that was announced on March 22nd, went into effect March 24th, and here it is Friday, April 10th. And so we're on day 18. And if you're just now tuning in, you can see all the videos of the series. Really, all we're doing is, as my family kind of navigates our way through this stay-at-home order with the uncertainty of what's going on in other areas, and we just wanted to document what it was like in our life, so that we could share that with you and hopefully spur some conversations with those people that are going through something similar, or that maybe not going through it and wanted to see what it's like for just an average simple family to go through this. And so we've been documenting that. If you want to see the videos in the series, go ahead and click on this link up here. This is day 18, and it's really a fairly simple day. It's a Friday, and I actually took today off. It is Good Friday, and it's something that I've been doing for years now. That if wherever I'm at, if it's not a holiday to them, it is something that I'd like to take off for. Yesterday we were able to watch my church live stream the Maundy Thursday service and Mandate Thursday service, and so that was certainly a great event for us to be a part of that. And today we'll hear a Good Friday service, and then on Sunday we've got the service that we'll go to for Easter. When I say go to, we'll be able to sit in our living room and see our church go ahead and live stream, and so we're looking forward to that. But today is just kind of a take it easy kind of day. It really, I had no big planned for the day. I just wanted to catch up on some of those things that I wanted to make sure that I kept as part of my routine. And you saw in the opening scenes, I received some ingredients, and really excited about those ingredients because those are going to go into a mix. A few weeks ago, I went into Aldi and I picked up their Everything Bagel mix. It's just a seasoning mix of garlic and onions and salt and sesame seeds and poppy seeds and a couple other herbs and spices. And it is amazing. I almost said life-changing, and it's just right there. But it is amazing. You can throw that stuff on anything. But I was looking at it, and it's fairly simple ingredients. I thought, I'll do that, and so I picked up those ingredients fairly inexpensively, and so I'll be mixing that up. And it falls in line with the video that I did the other day with some intentional undertones to it. It's intentional living and intentional planning, just doing some of those things that require thoughts and being in the moment instead of just going and grabbing something off the shelf and bringing it home and mindlessly tossing. There's memories to be made with mixing stuff, and so that's what I'm doing with that. And if you want to see that video, go ahead and click this link up here. But that's just one of the things that I've been doing, and I've been evaluating my day-to-day activities and just why am I doing it and what am I getting from it. I've been more intentional in the meals that I'm planning. I'm cooking several big pots of meat at any one time so that I can split that up into multiple meals, and we have not wasted hardly any food during this stay-at-home order, and I love that. That was one of my goals during this year, is to really cut down on waste, not only the waste of food because we weren't intentional in our planning, but the packaging that goes along with it. So I've bought bigger cuts of meat, and so I'm preparing that and separating it out and divvying it up, and we're utilizing every bit of it. And so that's been wonderful. I've made bread It's been wonderful. It's something that I love to do, but we have some incredible bakeries here in town, and it's easy to go and pop in and just grab one of their loaves of bread. But there's some joy that you can't get from buying a loaf of bread versus the making it yourself. And I think that's what I wanted to talk about today is some of the collateral great joys and blessings that I've gotten during this stay-at-home order in when I'm doing some of those things that I used to just go out and mindlessly buy, or go to a restaurant and eat, or have things delivered, or go through a drive-through or something like that, or just buy something from the hardware store. Now I'm making it. Now you think, do you need to do that? No, I don't. I mean, no. I can still. We could order out every day. We're comfortable enough that we could order out every day, and we could survive. I'm comfortable enough that we could pay somebody to come in and make some of the stuff that I make. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. What I want to point out is that there's some joys to doing it. For example, I when I'm making my bread, I'm doing a starter. First of all, the recipe that I'm using right now comes from a book that my in-laws gave me. And so as I'm flipping through the pages, I'm very mindful that this is given to me by somebody that I very much love. And so boom, right off the bat, I've got this collateral joy that's happening when I'm doing just a simple task like making bread. So I'm mixing that up, and you go through the process, and a lot of your artisan bread, it takes a couple days sometimes. You got to have your starter, and I'm toying with a recipe in this book that my in-laws gave me that requires a biga. I think it's a biga or biga. It's used in Italian bread making, and it's it's similar to sourdough, but it's a way to add leaven to your bread making without throwing in a whole bunch of yeast and just quickly letting that rise, because you get the flavor from taking time on things. And so that's what this biga does. But in the process of doing that, I'm also utilizing utensils that I've got around the house, and I've got wooden spoons that I use to stir that I brought back from the Caribbean, St. Martin trip with that was part of trips with my family, not only my immediate family, but with my mom and dad, and so there's memories there. I throw in the flour and the ingredients, and I pull out a bowl to mix everything in, and this is just a bowl that is a simple, wonderful. I guess I don't even know. I don't know. It's pottery. It's more pottery than anything because it's old, and I got this from my mom, and my mom used it in her cooking around the house, and so I remember seeing this sitting around and being a part of the evenings and preparations for meals. And she gave it to me, and as she's handing it to me, she said, "This is her mom's bowl." and my grandma, my mom's mom, and I spent so much time with her, and I loved every bit of that. And my mom, just as she's handing it to me, she's saying, I remember my mom making, this, that, and the other thing in there. And there's a ridge on here, it's it's exposed, and it's not rough, but it has more grit to it than the fired side of this. And so my grandma, my mom's mom, used to sharpen her knives on here. And so I'm using this to mix the ingredients that I learned from the book that my in-laws gave me to make bread for my loved ones in this household. And you can't get that from a shelf in a bakery. And there is some great joy in this. And again, I'm not saying you can't do that, but this event, this opportunity, and that's what I've kind of stressed in these videos. It's an opportunity to live again without the chaos that's out there. And so just some unexpected joy that hit me today. And I'm hoping that as you guys are doing some things and your routines have been disrupted and you're having to do different new stuff, that you're uncovering some joy and some unexpected pleasures in all this. I'm getting notes from people, and I love it. I love it. Share your comments down below here on YouTube. Let me know what's happening in your household, some of the joys unexpected joys that you're experiencing. I'm getting those things in emails and texts and phone calls, and I love that. I love that people are experiencing the same thing that I am, that through all of this, there's some pleasure that we can gather. And so that's my thought for today. Today, again, is Good Friday, and I hope things are going well for you. I hope as we see some light at the end of the tunnel here, that you don't let your guard down, that you're doing everything that you can to take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your loved ones, take care of your neighborhood and your community, staying well so that I can see you tomorrow.